Well, I didn't expect to be covering a husband and wife in this kind of situation. If you haven't heard about what's been transpiring with the royal families, let me see if I can bring you up to speed. Now, the two in particular that we're going to be talking about today are Harry and Meghan. Don't worry, put your defenses down. There's no scandal. Actually, let me retract that statement, because for one of them, you might need to put those defenses all the way up, and this is exactly what it is we're going to be talking about. One seems to be having a little bit of a moment, the other one just talks too much. This is the kind of conversation that you would have with maybe friends, very close friends, and I'm pretty sure he has had those kind of conversations with very close and intimate friends around him, but you don't let this stuff leak, and it's for a reason. You're a very high profile individual, so you need to be careful on what it is that you say, because there are some people that would take what you say and see if they can get a bit of payback. To be specific now, what it is I'm talking about is, let's start off with, who should we start off with? Let's start with Harry. And the reason that we're going to start with Harry is because Harry seems to be getting criticized by Army veterans. And you'd ask yourself, well, why is Harry getting criticized by Army veterans? Here's why. As you well know, Harry joined the Army at around 2005, 2006, just somewhere roughly around that period of time. Now, in that period of time, it's going to be expected that you're going to get into a bit of combat, and he certainly did. Now, a couple of things that they got to make sure of. After certain situations like that happens, mentally, you gotta still be okay. Physically, you gotta still be okay. And then when you come back off your duties, it's expected that they would take care of you. You know, some countries do it well, some countries don't. But what you notice about most Army vets is they all have one typical practice. They will talk about their war escapades. They will talk about things that transpire, things that happen, moments that stand out to them, highlights, low points, when they were under fire, what it feels like, how traumatizing it can be, the real effects of even PTSD. But one thing that I notice with most Army vets is they don't usually go back and recall their kill count in a bragging manner. Now, when I started this, you would notice that I mentioned that in the privacy of their own home, within their own little circles, amongst their own friends, they may discuss these things. But generally, if you're within the public eye, it's probably for the best to keep your mouth closed. And this is why Harry's catching criticism from Army vets. Not because of what it is that he said, it's because he kinda now almost places a target on his own back. They got a saying out there, and you should be very familiar with this saying. It's called "do unto others as they would do unto you," and Harry certainly is not shy of that. In fact, he's been talking about his kill count, and that kill count seems to range in the area of about 25. Now, while it's possible that some may just look at this as, he's just regaling his own counts, some may actually look at this as an offensive manner, and in so doing, look to take action, which is exactly why he's being told, keep your mouth shut, because you're not a low profile type of individual. You say stuff like this, and it goes out to The Guardian, The Independent, the Epic Times, Fox News, CNN. Everyone starts covering this because you are a very high profile individual. You are, after all, the prince, right? So it's within your best interest that you just don't say stuff like that. The last thing that you want to do is create extra work for your bodyguards, no? And now, we move on to Meghan. So, why is Meghan in the news again? Well, the only reason Meghan's in the news right now is because Harry took Meghan to his mother's gravesite, and upon him taking Meghan to the gravesite, Meghan apparently asked for some privacy. And while having this privacy, she decided to speak to the grave. Yes, she spoke to the grave. Meghan's not a necromancer. Now, initially, I will admit, right, I am kind of reaching on this one. The action in and of itself is not all that strange. I mean, people go to the grave sites of their parents, their loved ones, a former loved one, a grandparent even, and they would talk to the grandparent. It's just that, for some reason, it just feels strange when she does it. I don't know why, but it just rubs me the wrong way when she does it. It's weird. I don't know why. It's just weird. I would never criticize anyone else, but when she does it, it almost feels like it almost feels like she's the kind of person that would actually expect a response back. You know what I mean? Or no? Listen, I already said I'm kind of reaching on that one, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Let me know what it is you guys think. Do you think Harry was actually right for boasting? I mean, he did. I mean, those are his accomplishments. So if he would like to boast about them, go ahead, right? Why not? Or do you think no? Harry is simply just creating more work for Secret Service. And in terms of Meghan, do you find it weird as well? I mean, read the story, right? The story is there. I mean, just type in Meghan Markle gravesite, right? And just read it for yourself. I legitimately think that she is the kind of person that would expect a response back from the grave. But I'm just stretching it. Let me know what it is you guys think, and I will see you again for the next one. Be easy, y'all.